Going into this, I mean, how are the two candidates going to recalibrate their strategies to sort of make sure that they iron out any weaknesses ahead of the countdown?
Well, they both face different challenges, it seems to me. I think Trump actually has more at stake this evening. He needs to close the gap in the polls with Biden, and he's really running out of time. You know, he's got like 12 days to Election Day. And the debate gives him essentially the last set piece moment, I would say, to convince the remaining undecided voters to break his way. And that really means convincing these voters that his performance in the first debate, that was widely panned for being too combative and unpresidential, was a kind of one-off. And it's worth remembering that presidents have come back from losing the first debate before. Obama did, against Romney back in 2012. So I think that's what Trump needs to do tonight. And, I think there are a number of things that he can do to try to turn things around. I'm happy to elaborate on those.
I mean, last time we spoke, you pointed out that white, non-college educated voters could boost the incumbent president. I mean, how much of that is going to play a primary role for him in the coming hours?
Well, I think that those are the voters he needs to reach. And there's probably, even though the percentage of undecided voters is fairly small at this point, that some of those voters that we're talking about, these blue-collar, non-college educated voters, fit into that category. And I think he needs to somehow reach out to them. And, there's a lot of talk about he needs to be less combative. He needs to hope that let Biden talk. So maybe Biden makes some kind of epic blunder. But I think what he needs to offer these voters is some kind of a sweetener and a sign of independence. And one thing he might do, would be interesting, is if he tries to push the stimulus package, and whether Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is for it, against it, and just kind of lay down that marker. I think he needs to, that's a group of voters that they're trying to drive, and he needs to reach out to them.